Welcome to another episode of the Daily Chat Podcast, where we can talk about all things awesome and nerdy. Guys, it's that time of year again. The Arrowverse MIdseason returns, so that means we got...
Megan!
Yeah, Megan! Better known as, to some of you, as the Angry Pizza Guy. Meg, so we're just going to run it down. We're going to break it down episode by episode and what we thought of each episode. That's a lot of me repeating the same word in one sentence.
Episode.
So first off on the docket is, I think you and I, the one you and I love to hate the most. Supergirl. What'd you think?
I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it.
Nah, I kind of feel the same way about it. I have some gripes with it. To me, this was like another example of why they are absolutely, utterly... So let me start that over again. This episode, to me, was just another example as to why they keep utterly wasting Green Martian.
Yeah.
On so many levels. Like, they needed to...
Because as soon as they do, the episode will be over.
Yeah, it's just like they had to have Brainiac go into her brain. Like, why do they need to have Brainiac 5 go into her brain?
At this point, I don't even think they need Supergirl for this show.
No, I don't either. Like, it seems no matter what, she gets her ass kicked and somebody else saves the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of upsetting.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, DC, like, why are you fucking this one up?
But on the other hand, we have Rain, and I kind of love her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know what you like.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's evil and she's hot.
My favorite combination.
Indeed. Yeah, it's at least, like, that's pretty much the only redeeming factor of this show right now.
Is Rain, yes, yeah. But not her daughter. I don't care for her daughter.
I mean, we all know what's going to happen.
I know.
Or you and I have been predicting it, and I usually hate fan predictions. It's just, this one makes too much sense.
It's all very upsetting.
Yeah, it just, like, Rain's going to die, Alex is going to adopt her.
Yeah, because, she never once spoke about kids before the third episode of this season.
Right. Why is Supergirl always the hardest one to talk about?
Because it's the worst one. Because it's not about Supergirl anymore.
No, and it hasn't been for a very long time.
No, it's not even about Alex anymore.
No, it's... Who is it even about anymore? Like, Mon-El? Like...
Yeah, he's kind of been... For the last number of episodes, anyways. No, not even. You can't even say the last number of episodes. Since episode 1, the whole thing has revolved around Mon-El. From Kara's depression, because he had to go away in space, to now... Maybe at the end of this episode she might be over it, but who the fuck knows?
No, because we've been seeing a lot of emo Kara, so I don't think that's gone anytime soon.
Not down with it.
Yeah, no.
I want Golden Retriever puppy Kara back. She was so much better.
What'd you say?
I want Golden Retriever puppy Kara back. She was so much better.
Yeah, at least she didn't, like, bring me down all the time. I'm like, no, this is Oliver's job. Oliver's supposed to make me angry and sad. Like...
Yeah. It's just sad. They need to get their shit together.
Yeah, and I think that's even going to follow up with our next talking point, which is the next show. I mean, unless there's anything else you want to bring up, just because I think There were some highlights, I should say. Actually, we shouldn't jump right into that. There were some highlights. I didn't mind the final battle. Actually, I thought it was decent, except for the part where Martian Manhunter takes Rain underground, and then it looks like they have an epic fight. And I'm like, no, I want to see that epic fight.
Yeah, I would have liked to see that too. And then there was the Bon Jovi entrance. Fucking Thunderdome. That was awesome. I like Bon Jovi. I know you don't like Bon Jovi. I like Bon Jovi.
I mean, I get it, I guess, but I mean, I'm not a big. Okay, that's not true. I like the song "Bad Medicine."
That's a good song.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying I utterly loathe Bon Jovi. It's just like, it's more like I just don't like that song.
That's fine.
More than anything.
That's just Bon Jovi's like #1 song, the one that everybody knows, so they knew that you were playing Bon Jovi for all the little kids that might not be old enough for Bon Jovi.
Right, exactly. I mean, it was funny. It was kind of funny. Don't get me wrong.
It was funny.
Yeah.
So now, can Mon-El fly now, or is he kind of just hovering? That wasn't clear to me.
Wait, who?
Mon-El?
Oh, I think he had like a jetpack thingy.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, or like an anti-gravity boot thing.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
Like, I thought he could fly all of a sudden, like, because he's been gone a while. Maybe his powers have progressed somehow, but I don't know.
No, because that would actually make him interesting.
That's true.
It's just so. Everybody on that show is just so boring.
What about when Martian Manhunter imitated Kara? That was a little. That was
kind.
Huh?
That was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was a little funny.
But that was it, Joe. Just a little funny.
Yeah. James needs to die or go back to Metropolis.
Yeah, there's no point to him anymore.
No, they're basically using him as a love interest for Lena because they didn't know what else to do with him.
Right. And it's painfully obvious.
It hurts to watch.
Yeah, and we're usually in disagreement when it comes to the romance stuff. Or that's not entirely true, actually. We're both in total agreement about Olicity, which we'll get into later.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. I think it was just the Alex and Maggie one that we disagreed on.
It was. They're actually talking to her about coming back. They're having conversations.
Yay.
I know you hate her, but back to James. James can go.
I don't know. Hold on. Let me make something very clear. I didn't hate the character. It's just I didn't like how every episode focused on the romance in the second season.
I do hope if they have Floriana Lena might come back, I hope they have her in some other capacity other than Alex's girlfriend. Like, she can help.
Yeah, exactly.
Long plot lines. She doesn't need to be a love interest like James is right now.
Right.
I love Lena. She's a great character.
She's alright.
I love her.
Yeah, no, she's good. She's good. It's just,
Katie McGrath might need to work on her American accent a little bit.
Just a teeny bit.
I think she's from Ireland. I could be wrong, but I think she's from Ireland.
Mm.
And it comes out a little bit every once in a while. You can hear it.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I haven't really picked up on it, but okay. I'll take your word for it. What would you say was one of the bigger highlights of the episode, actually?
Of the Supergirl episode?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that ship.
Yeah, the ship was kind of cool, and here's the thing: I didn't mind the performance of the actor who did Brainiac 5. I just don't like the look of Brainiac 5.
He looked kind of like
Doc Brown.
Yes, he kind of looked like Doc Brown, and maybe the makeup artist was on his first day or something. Like, I'm not familiar with him in the comics, so I don't know what he's supposed to look like.
Brainiac 5. I mean, we know what Brainiac is supposed to look like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, I just was kind of hoping they would do something a little bit closer to that, or maybe not such a weird hairstyle, or or maybe my problem is that hairstyle isn't weird enough.
Okay, I'm looking at a picture of him now. I get what you're saying. I completely understand now.
Yeah.
Because Google is awesome.
What'd you say?
I said because Google is awesome.
Yep.
I completely get what you're saying now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why he was that blue.
Yeah. Blue. What was that stupid god awful song from the 90s? You know what I'm talking about. You know the one I'm talking about.
It was.
Yeah, let's not get into that one.
I don't sing. I do know the words, but
right.
Yeah.
So moving on, what did you think of The Flash?
I didn't like The Flash.
No, neither did I. It was, honestly, it was the most contrived thing, and I'm sick and tired of Barry and his convictions.
Yeah, just get over it and grow a sack, man.
Yeah, dude, like, this is why Oliver's actually cooler than you.
Like, see, he's like, I don't want to come out as the Flash because everybody will come after who I care about. But at the same time, every villain from every season has found out who you are, and that's happened regardless.
Exactly, and he's kind of bad at it.
He's really, really bad at it.
Yeah. Like, awful. Like, he's worse than Oliver, and Oliver's been nearly outed twice.
Yeah. It's bad.
It's really bad.
This is a terrible show at this point. Like, I'm at the point where I was at with Arrow a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. Like, it's just, well, it just feels like episodes that don't feature the villain heavily are just bad. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, Flash just hasn't been really entertaining that much, other than when, they have the villain.
No. And it's taking too long to get to any sort of climax.
Yeah. And they're just constantly doing things where you're just like, no, like, that wouldn't happen. Like, the thing at the end with Barry, Your Honor, I can't be here for my sentencing. I have to go.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't happen at all. The judge would be like,
that wouldn't happen at all.
It's like they use that for excitement factor to make you think he was gonna beat out of there.
Yeah, no, that was just stupid. It's like, dude, why don't you just phase through the wall and then just, solve the crime real quick, like find evidence or whatever?
Yeah. Come back before they know you're gone.
Yeah. It's just so painful to watch because this one used to be the fun one.
It's not fun anymore. And where was Cisco this entire episode? Barely any scene.
It's really weird. I just noticed I don't really remember him doing much of anything in that episode, if anything at all.
He opened
the portal at the end.
That was it.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, Flash's best moments at this point involve Cisco.
Yeah, they kind of do, actually. But again, this is just one of those things where, why does he need to have a team? I never remember, other than the Justice League, I never remember the Flash having, a hacker friend or things like this, the same group of guys he worked with in every episode.
No, I'm pretty sure Cisco Ramon was a villain in comic books, wasn't he?
I think so, maybe, yeah, at one point, possibly. Yeah. I really don't know. Yeah. I'm a Marvel guy.
Yeah, I think he was a villain in comics.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, again, though, I am enjoying the fact that they're not going with a speedster this episode. They're going with a guy who can outthink him.
I was excited over that, too. So that guy is just all talk, and I've seen nothing from him yet. He's just like, I'm going to watch the city burn. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Wait till you see what I'm going to do. what the fuck are you going to do, guy? Because it's been about, what? That was episode 10? Been 10
Yeah.
episodes of nothing.
I mean, no. It was kind of cool. I liked seeing his plot evolve and unfold. You know, like the whole the body switcheroo that he did and everything like that. I liked
cool.
that.
That was cool, but he still hasn't done anything.
No, but we'll see what. I mean, it's still like we've only seen like the first big. That was only the first big move on the chessboard. We're gonna see what the next one is. So, I mean, I don't think it's that. I think you're just bored because of everything else in that show that's happening is so boring.
Yeah. And I don't know if you saw the preview for the next episode, but I'm already not having it.
No, I didn't see it. Hold on a minute here. Why don't I check that out real quick? YouTube. Oh, this is going to take forever. At any rate, yeah, so The Flash is just boring.
Straight up boring.
So boring that I don't even know what else to say
there's not
about
much to say. Like I said, unless Cisco's in the picture, nothing's going on.
Nope. And by the way, I'm sick and tired of the whole
I
Where's
hate
the Flash
Where's
thing.
the Flash. I fucking hate it. I roll my eyes every time she says it. Like, my eyes roll back so hard that I have to go get them down the street.
Right?
It's so bad. It's so bad.
I know, like, no couple is that adorable.
Send Barry back into let's send Barry back into the Speed Force and bring Gypsy in full time.
Or what they should have done is at least made the first half of the season all about Wally. They should have done more with the Flash not being in the scene and the team just struggling without him.
Wally is actually officially going to Legends of Tomorrow.
Okay, good, because that's the better show. It's beginning to feel like when it comes to these shows that the Arrowverse is just like, okay, we're going to put all our energy in making one of the shows the best. And then we're just going to like make one be like just okay, like better than average. And then, you know, the other two we're just not going to give a shit about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like last season it was like last season. What'd you say?
It is the same guy running all the shows. He's probably fucking tired.
Right? God damn it, man. It's just like, okay, so this season we're going to make The Flash the best, and then we're going to have, like, Legends of Tomorrow pick up in the second half. And then we're just not going to care about the other two.
Like a football play.
Okay, so you know what's going to happen next is, I'm saying that next year's going to be the year that Supergirl gets to be good.
I hope so.
I don't care either way, because that one's the most... That one is still the most removed, as far as I'm concerned, as the main Arrowverse shows. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it really is. And that's probably because they're on another Earth.
Yeah, no, they're in a completely different universe, but yeah, it's just dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just so painful to hear how boring these shows are. In fact, I think when we're done talking about it, I'm going to go put on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. just so that way I can say I watched something entertaining today.
You got this pretty new suit that he's gotten to wear like twice.
Right? Like everything else about DeVoe was just cool, and now it's just like, I mean, then again, though, they couldn't really have him do too much this episode. They still needed to have the trial of Barry Allen. It's just... Right. It was just so stupid. Like, honestly, Barry, you and your convictions...
They suck.
They do suck.
By the way, I'm going to take a step backwards for a second and say that Mon-El's suit is terrible.
Mon-El has a suit?
You clearly weren't paying attention. Yeah,
No, I'm saying I was paying attention. I'm saying it was so bland and stupid, I really didn't even pay much attention to it.
Yeah, that went over my head. That's fine. However, his wife is hot.
His wife is hot.
Wife is hot. He done good.
In fact, I think yeah, right? I mean, not to say... I mean, I'm saying Kara would have been tough to go up from. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, yeah,
Yeah,
fuck the Flash.
yeah.
Fuck.
Okay, now moving on. We're gonna talk about the granddaddy of all the Arrow shows, Arrowverse shows, Arrow,
The
which
OG Arrow.
the
The
OG
OG
Arrow, the OGA.
Arrow.
I didn't mind this episode actually. I thought it was decent enough. Like it held its own. I wouldn't call it a standout like episode that I'm gonna remember forever. But you know what? It got the job done for the most part. I'd
Yeah, it's
say.
okay. It was the same with Supergirl. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. But
Yeah, I definitely liked it better than Supergirl.
yeah,
I'm gonna say out of all the shows that are still tied 100% to the Arrowverse that aired this week, I think Arrow won as far as that's concerned.
it was a decent. Yeah, it was a decent enough episode. I'm actually really excited for the show moving forward, getting back to just Oliver and Diggle going out.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. You know what I actually think my favorite part of this episode was?
What?
There was like no mention of Felicity. There was no high nor low of Felicity.
They're married, but we didn't even know it.
Shh! Don't remind me of that. Don't remind me of that. By the way, I hope there end up being repercussions between the four of them. You know, Felicity and West Allen, or whatever the hell they call that one.
I think there definitely will be. Next crossover, there's going to be some kind of cat fight, and I'm here for it.
I am okay with a cat fight. Oh my god, I'm so okay with a cat fight.
I'm so here for it.
And you know what the best part is? You know what the best part is? So is Sarah Lance.
She's already seen it.
No. She'd be okay with a wimpy girly cat fight. She could beat the shit out of both of them. Come on, without even trying.
Oh yeah, she definitely could. She's a badass.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to what you were saying,
Hold on, stop a second. Mm-hmm. Okay, I was just thinking about Sarah Lance.
if they continue this whole thing with Oliver and Felicity's, I guess you want to call it marriage, if they continue to go forward with it how they handled it in the last episode, that's okay with me.
Yeah, like don't make a big deal about it like they were always doing. Just for me, it was like the one line where they even made Slade go, "Oliver, how'd you get her?" I'm just like, dude, shut up. She's actually kind of not that great. Like anything cool Deathstroke is about to do is just -5 points.
How much we hate Felicity.
What'd you say?
That's how much we hate Felicity.
Yep. But I kind of agree with you though. If they just I don't care if they do like the little couple things, like like they kind of did like small things, like where he just comes in, the first thing he says is like, blah blah blah, we must do job, blah blah blah, we must do job, and she's like, hi Felicity, how you doing? I love to see you, my wonderful wife. I'm like, that I could be okay with. You know what I mean?
That's completely acceptable.
Yeah, no, that's completely acceptable. Not, the whole... Because in all honesty, the more you think about it, and you've definitely rewatched it more times than I have, but I'm definitely going to go as far as to say that the only bad parts about the crossover this year all involved Felicity and Oliver.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I don't want to marry you! How about I just hijack our best friend's wedding?
Yeah, and that throwaway line in the next episode where Iris was like, and they stole our wedding. I'm just like, oh, that's going to come back. I think you're right.
I hope it comes back. I hope they claw each other's eyes out.
Definitely.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yep.
So I feel
but at any rate, I like... Huh?
Felicity would win that fight.
Maybe.
I mean, how much combat training do you think Barry really show Iris?
How much combat training has Felicity received?
I think she's received. I think.
No, it's none. The answer is none.
You don't think it's any?
Nope.
I think somebody needs to ask Stephen Amell at a con.
No. I'd be okay with those women learning how to fight because at least, they would do more than just get captured.
Yeah. True.
But I mean, at the same time, I also think, never mind. I was going to say Iris has the biggest balls, but then I'm like, because of, the whole going into nightclubs and things, but then I'm like, wait, no, Felicity did that too. Yeah, no, they're just stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, back to Arrow though. I definitely enjoyed. I like the action sequences. I think these were some of the better. The one in the warehouse at the end I thought was really good, and I like the whole. It's just one of those things though, where why does Oliver continue to end up going up against a villain who's always like 2 steps ahead of him, and him not realizing that.
I don't know. It seems like he just doesn't learn. That part of his character development goes somewhere, like, it goes where your the lost socks go. Part of his character development goes, he does not learn.
Well, the biggest thing I don't like about, I don't like with the direction is going so far as the whole, how, Black Canary and the other 2 knuckleheads are just like, man, like, they surveyed us, and just because they didn't trust us, I'm like, one of you is actually about to rat Oliver out to the FBI. Like,
yeah, they sound like children, like, complaining about their teacher in the schoolyard.
It's like, dude, like, he had a reason to not trust one of you, so he did what he had to do. Like, why is that such a big... I would have done the exact same thing. You know who else would have done the same thing?
Anyone?
You know who.
Batman.
I'm Batman.
Yeah, did you like that reference in the episode, by the way?
Oh, actually, yeah, I did like that. I think that's the creators of the show finally acknowledging, yeah, we know, he's supposed to be Batman, blah, 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 blah. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of enjoyed that line. I don't mind it when Arrow actually tries to throw in a few humorous lines, but that kind of humor stayed within the context of the show because he sounded like really... It wasn't supposed to be as tongue-in-cheek and wink-wink to the camera like when Cisco did it a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sick of... It's just one of those things to where I am sick and tired of them teasing Batman. I want to see Batman on this goddamn show. Like,
that would cost them like an entire budget. They'd be like,
no, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't because they own Batman.
Huh?
No, it wouldn't because WB owns Batman, so they'd be fine.
Maybe they can bring Bruce Wayne in as a consultant in the next crossover or something.
Wait, what?
He said maybe they could just bring Bruce Wayne's character in as a consultant to something in some arbitrary part of this next crossover.
No. No. This is the problem I have with Gotham. They give me Bruce Wayne, but they do not give me Batman. I am not watching a show that takes place in Gotham City or has Bruce Wayne in it where there's no Batman.
I hear he has a suit this season.
Who has a suit this season?
Bruce Wayne in Gotham.
Oh. I don't care. It's still not Batman.
Because he's like 18 now or something.
I don't know. I don't watch Gotham. That show failed to get me in the pilot episode.
I don't either, but I heard it got very good after season 1. But I didn't care.
Yeah.
I didn't want to watch it.
Go for it.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm enjoying the whole fact though that Oliver's going up against how many is it now? 4 or 5 big bads at once.
There's 6. He's got the 2 crime families, Vigilante, and then Caden James and Black Siren.
Evil Laurel is hottest Laurel.
Evil Laurel is hottest Laurel.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I love how whenever they go up against whenever she's not supposed to be Black Siren, she's got a different wig on every time.
I know. But they don't look bad. They're not bad looking wigs.
No, they're not bad looking wigs. They're great looking wigs.
My favorite has been the short one.
My favorite has been all of them. No, I'm actually enjoying. I like seeing these different villains, like how they seem to actually be working together for the most part.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they needed something to top Adrian Chase, and so they were like, "Oh, I guess we have to have 6 villains to compare to last season's one."
I still need to rewatch season 2 to see if I like Deathstroke better. Still.
You know what? I think I'm going to do the same because I can't remember, but I think they're very, very close to the same.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to go with Deathstroke just because of how much more iconic he is.
Right.
But at any rate, what would you say were some of the highlights of this episode?
Oh, definitely the fight scene. But like I said, I'm super excited that Diggle's able to shoot a gun again, and we don't need the fucking fake Green Arrow anymore.
Right. I am so good for that. I was just getting sick and tired of that.
I was. It was.
Yeah.
Reused.
It also feels. I'm really hoping though that they're going to start putting William more to the backside of the story.
Maybe I've seen some spoiler photos that may contradict that theory there.
No, that wasn't a theory. That was a hope. There's a difference.
Okay, I apologize. Then.
It's all right. As you should. As you should. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no. So I think I kind of want to get this rolling. Let's just move on to the last show of the week, even though it's not technically part of the Arrowverse, though it's technically not part of the Arrowverse either, if that makes any sense at all. Black Lightning.
Black Lightning. They may or may not be adding it down the line, so we'll see.
I kind of hope they do. I would love it to see this character actually be in the Arrowverse.
I was not disappointed.
No, neither would I. Besides, if anything, they kind of need to add some new flavor to for the next crossover.
Yeah, like I'd like to see him come in the crossover, or one of the daughters. It doesn't matter. I think all 3 of them at some point will be getting powers.
I don't know. Either way, I thought, oh yeah, you know the daughter's going to be, spoilers, by the way, as we say this 37 minutes in, or however many minutes it's in, over 30 minutes in. Yeah, you know the daughter's going to become a superhero, but I hope, though, that what we start getting in the next few episodes is, I hope they start explaining Black Lightning's backstory a little bit more.
Me too. Like, I want to know how he got his powers.
Because we have to rule out that if this show ends up being in the Arrowverse, we have to rule out that he got it from the, what do you call it? The thing that blew up in Star City.
Particle accelerator?
Yeah, exactly. The particle accelerator. We have to assume, because he said he stopped being Black Lightning over 9 years ago, and Arrow's only 4 seasons in. So yeah. So I'd like to know how he got his powers. That'd be interesting.
Well, I feel like it's some kind of genetics thing. If his daughter has them too.
Right. Well, I mean, we haven't seen any other metahumans, reproduce yet, so we don't know if it can be a genetic thing. What if it's just a singular generation thing?
Well, I guess we'll find out when the Flash wants to bring around that girl again from his wedding.
Right. Oh, yeah, I forgot about her.
Definitely his daughter.
Yeah, that probably is his daughter.
And she's supposed to be
but
right?
I definitely like Black Lightning, though. I thought it was a I thought it actually felt different than all the other shows because
It did.
the main character of the show is actually already a family man and everything like that. So, and he's a principal of a high school. So, it actually felt a little bit more mature than some of the other other CW shows.
It definitely didn't feel like a CW show. Like the set wise and the like the feel of it was definitely CW, but the rest of it.
I'm not too crazy about the costume though.
Yeah, no, I didn't like the costume. Fuck the costume. Right with you there on the costume. It looked like a cartoon.
Yeah, it needs a little bit of work. It was too bright and colorful for the grim thing that they were going for.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing that I actually enjoyed was the fact that I read an article on Forbes magazine that said overall that the episode was good. It's just that the author said that the final fight scene was awkward, and I'm watching. I'm like, I kind of like this final fight scene, especially the part where he like holds one dude up while his buddy shoots into him. I'm like, oh, okay,
that was cool.
So this guy's mean. So he's mean.
Yeah,
I like this.
That reviewer needs to suck a dick.
What'd you say?
That reviewer needs to suck a dick. That was a good fight scene.
Yeah, that was a good fight scene. Seriously, what'd you say though?
I said that reviewer needs to suck a dick.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, you're coming in muffled. Yeah, no, that reviewer, because that fight scene was actually kind of like, it was like a good mix of what you normally get on Arrow with like a little bit of the Flash thrown in on it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I was complaining. I had no one complaint on that. But
no, not at all. Not at all. Especially the part where he holds the dude up and says, "Is that your car?" Yeah, it was nice. Like, dude, that boy's dead. He is not getting up anytime soon.
Yeah, that's another thing about him. He'll kill people. That's great.
Yeah, because some people just don't deserve to live.
I'm tired of these pussy ass superheroes not killing.
Yeah, the only thing I'm not looking forward to though is the fact that one of his daughters is in high school, and I'm just like, oh no, that is where all the teen drama is going to come from, and I'm probably gonna. I hope it's not bad, but I know I'm not going to like it regardless.
You're going to get some queer action going on too.
Well, you're all about that, so.
That's the only reason I'm watching this.
I don't know. I'm watching it because it looks like it could be pretty badass. So
I wasn't planning on watching this, and then they were like, "Oh, queer story, queer character." I was like, "All right, queer obligations. Here we go. Press play." And I actually did enjoy myself. So. Oh.
Yeah, I thought it was a good episode. I liked it. I would have to say, honestly, like, I'm trying to think of, like, any kind of low point, and I'm thinking, other than not really knowing too much about his background, not much, to be quite honest with you. I think, honestly, it was, as far as a debut episode for a superhero show on the CW, I think it was pretty solid, so.
Here's my one complaint. Are you ready what it is?
What'd you say?
I said, here's my one complaint. Are you ready? And it's really trivial. The wig on the wife in the flashback was awful. That's it.
I can deal with it. It was only for like a minute, and it is the pilot episode.
They got like the rest of Arrow's and Flash's, but the Arrowverse's budget to make it, so they got the leftover budget.
Just make sure that we can't do flashbacks on Arrow anymore. Let's do it on Black Lightning.
Right. Exactly.
But let's go back 9 years so that we can really milk it.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I think that's enough. Like, in all honesty, speaking about it, overall, though, I would say though that I did like the characters in Black Lightning. I do like the fact that the main character, like, he seemed like an established person who wanted to leave. It seemed, and then just just as soon as I think I'm out, they pull me back in, kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of like that idea better than the one person who was thrown into it or something like that.
So I'm wondering if we're gonna have like a daddy-daughter kind of fighting team, or is she gonna go off and do her own thing and not tell him what's going on?
I mean, it's the CW. I think it's pretty well known we're going to have a team. I mean, he's already got the tech guy who builds his suits.
Yes, Dexter's father.
What'd you say?
Dexter's father. I never remember his name.
No. The dude, yeah, the tailor guy. He makes the suits and he upgrades everything.
Yeah,
so there's your tech, there's your geek. But I like the fact that they're going with like. I hope this team is actually filled with like older people, almost. You know what I mean? Like people who look like they've been doing this for a while. You know.
I'd like to see some too.
I just want to know what happens with when they go into the next episode with the daughter and how she has her powers. Like, this is gonna be sick.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else we should talk about? Because we're getting kind of close to the end right now.
I think we covered it all of the Arrow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Arrowverse, and you know what? For now, since they all debuted during the same week on the same network, Meg, if you had to rank the shows from worst to first?
We didn't have a Legends. The worst to first.
Worst to first, yeah. Mike, Meg, just a second. How close are you to the microphone?
I don't know. I can move it a little though. Is that better?
What? Much better. Oh my God, okay. So much better. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say the Flash was the worst.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one.
Fuck the Flash.
Yeah.
And toss. See, I feel weird saying Black Lightning being first because he's still not part of the Arrowverse, so I'm just going to go ahead and say Arrow.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Arrow's going to win it.
Yeah. Well, I would say that, but let's just pretend that, the Arrow, it doesn't have to be Arrowverse exclusive. Just the shows that all, because for me it would go worst to first. It would definitely go Flash, Supergirl, Arrow, Black Lightning.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I didn't like the Flash, and then Supergirl will definitely be third for me, followed by Black Lightning and then Arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. That seems like the safest order.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I think that's going to do it for us, Meg. Thanks for being on the show. As always, it's always a blast having you.
Yay! Thank you for having me.
Yay! Yay! I put up with you better than most people. Yay! No,
hey!
At any rate, guys, that's going to do it for us today. Thanks for listening. Meg, once again, thanks for being here. You got anything you want to plug? The usual social media, Mr. Angry Pizza Guy?
Angry Pizza Guy 23. I'm on Twitter. I complain a lot.
Yes. Yes, you do. All right, guys. Once again, thanks for listening. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Well, that was fun. Who's for Chinese?